I think that's the thing. Everyone goes, whoa, I'm not going to be able to do that. Yes, you can. And yes, you are. You're doing it right. You love your child, you will look after them.
Make sure that those first few weeks are real family time. Like, don't put any pressure on yourself to have visitors and other people come around or anything. Like, that time is so special.
Get help in place before they're born. I really wish I'd done that. I had my mum, but in my head, these were just babies and there just happened to be two of them. And women had done it for centuries and I would be just fine. And I just underestimated the fatigue and the feeding difficulties and the incessant crying. And I think if I just had more people around to just hand them off to, it would have been a lot easier.
Be a little organised beforehand, ideally. For us, it really helped having frozen meals, someone to help cook the meals, getting my food bag delivery helped a lot. So being organised in that respect and making sure that you also look after yourself.
You do muddle through. Everybody's in the same boat and nobody, don't worry about Instagram, nobody has mastered this. No one's mastered it.
I think you just got to roll with the punches. Just got to roll with it. And if you feel upset, have a cry. If you're feeling happy, really get into that and really enjoy it. Like, really treasure the moments where it's going really well and pat yourself on the back and let yourself feel a bit crap if you feel a bit crap, and don't feel guilty about that.
Everybody's got advice. Every single person you see who has ever had, held or seen a baby is going to have advice for you, and you've got to do what feels right for you.
Expect the unexpected. It's not probably going to be the perfect picture that you have in your mind, and if it is, wonderful. But we tend to want to control these situations like we control everything else in our lives, and there really is very little we can control. So we just need to roll with it and trust the experts.
If it's not getting enough sleep, if it's not getting enough to eat, or if it's needs its nappy being changed, they're the sort of three things to focus on. Tick those off, and then you might have a happy baby.
So when you're changing the nappies, point the willy down, because no one tells you this, and if you don't, it just goes everywhere. It goes over them, it goes over you, and that's a trick. That's a pointer that you need to know.
But also just accept help. You might think that you're being a burden on other people, but they actually really want to help, and they love it, and you'll actually be doing them a favour by letting them help.
It was important to me that I taught Harley the difference between day and night quite early. So when I would feed her at night before bed, I turned everything off in the house so there was no noise, no lights.
Someone said to me recently, the best advice with a new baby is know that the bad times don't last, but also that the good times don't last either. So don't get too used to either of them and know that there's always something new around the corner.
Oil your hinges in your house so the doors don't squeak when you close them, which is very annoying after you've put her to sleep. Heat up a wheat bag in the microwave, put that in the cot to heat up the cot, take the wheat bag out, and then so the cot's not cold when you put it down, so it doesn't wake up straight away.
Go with the flow, don't freak out too much, because it can be quite overwhelming when you've got this little thing that you're responsible for.
Know that you're not a failure, that it's all going to come right, because I think you get bombarded with so much stuff when you're pregnant and you have this little newborn. You probably won't kill it. You've just got to really stick to your guns, and it will get better if you're having a terrible time.
And some days, yes, you go to bed and think, I hope I'm a better mum tomorrow. And, guarantee you will be. But that's how we learn.